Alright, game timers. This is Godzilla Save the Earth for the PS2. You might have seen myself and Fearless Leader. We did a video for Two Player Tuesday showcasing this game. It actually was one of our first ones, showing off some great co-op games. And so yeah, you can see a little bit more of it. I'm going to just show you some of the options here real quick once it loads and everything. So yeah, you have our versus mode. You have characters that you can go and unlock. Here's kind of what they look like. It's a tournament fighter. We'll definitely do a round, and I'll show you the action in there as well. So you got the multiplayer gallery. You got Final Wars. I think this is just art from the movie Final Wars. So I unlocked a couple of these things already. Actually, I haven't seen at the time of this video. I haven't seen that movie yet. So I heard that's a good one to see. Mostly because it was supposed to be the last Godzilla movie, and it was just a whole bunch of monsters beating up on each other. So some artwork from the game and everything. So that's kind of what the gallery is. And again, you unlock some of these items. But let's see the gameplay itself. So yeah, multiplayer, survival mode. You get the versus action mode, sort of the story. Basically, the story is your monster comes to life, has to fight other monsters, and you end up on a moon base and to stop some sort of big bad monster at the end and save the Earth. So we'll do. I'll show you the versus mode. This Godzilla is pretty neat, so I'm going to do that. Press start button to add com. We'll just do this dude here. And yeah, we'll select these. Here's our maps we can choose. Again, more unlockable ones. Tokyo, Seattle, Osaka North, Monster Island Bay. Not a whole lot. So we gotta do the Osaka North. See if we can destroy that temple, that sort of a running gag in all the... not all the Godzilla movies, but a few of them that I guess they kind of destroy that little temple. So yeah, kind of, you know, it's PS2 looking, and I don't have the best resolution TV, I'm sorry. But yeah, you can kind of wander around with the thumbpad, or D-pad here, and the thumbstick. Triangles sort of are block, circles sort of a tail attack, and again, different monsters are going to attack a little bit different. So X is sort of like a punch, and square, sort of a bigger high kick. R1 I'm holding, kind of charging up a big fire attack. I know every monster is a little bit different. And the L1 button picks up your monster. You can kind of spin him around a little bit. The R2 is sort of a jump, and L2 is a duck. Because in every Godzilla movie, you always see this go on. You always see him jumping all over the place and ducking. Maybe those are movies that I haven't seen yet. There goes that temple that's always destroyed. Glad we managed to do that. So throw them in another building. But yeah, it's kind of like this. And like I said, if you're a fan of fighting games, I think this is kind of something a little bit different, because you do get that sort of 3D Tekken-ish SoCal fighting. You're in between buildings. You can pick up certain buildings as well. I'll try to pick this one up here. Yeah, I can and chuck it at the monsters. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's something a little bit different. Like I said, I'm not a huge Godzilla fan. I don't have any memorabilia or figures, and I've probably only seen about 4 or 5 movies, so I really haven't seen all that many of the Godzilla films. But I actually do like these games, and this is the second one. The first one was just to destroy all monsters, Melee. It was for original Xbox and GameCube. This is Save the Earth. I believe it's for GameCube or Xbox and PS2. This is the PS2 version, obviously. And then there was one more. I'm going to go back here. There was one more called Godzilla something. It was something. I had a red cover. I forget the name of it. Escapes me. But Godzilla Unleashed. That was the name of it. So here's a melee mode. So I'll be... no, we were already this Godzilla. We'll be the 90s Godzilla. We'll fight Rodan, we'll fight Megalon, and we'll fight Mechagodzilla 2. No, we'll fight... are these characters unlocked? Not yet. Yeah, we'll take on a Mechagodzilla. So this is sort of a 4-player 3-for-all. We'll go to Monster Bay this time. So this is fun. We can actually team up too. You can put 2v2, 1v3. So this is a great co-op game. Plug in another controller in, and you and a buddy can take on some monsters. Loading times, yeah, it's early 2000s. So give it a couple of seconds. So I'm Godzilla. I'm kind of at the top of the screen. I'll get close to the action here. I'm fighting Rodan, just right underneath the Godzilla logo here. So it's the same controls and everything, but it's a little bit more of a overhead view, just because there's so much action going on at the same time. So if the Godzilla movies were more like this, they'd be very interesting. But it's always kind of in the last third of the movie, it seems, where there's always the big battles that are worth watching. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of humans kind of interacting. Occasional Godzilla appearance. So yeah, this is, like I said, just all-out melee. We're not on any teams or anything. Put me down, Mechagodzilla. So kind of a fun little mode in there as well. And like I said, the story mode basically just kind of your tournament fighter. You fight one monster, then you'll fight another one. They get harder and harder, and there's a couple mini games in there as well. So definitely a fun little one. Like I said, this is Godzilla Save the Earth PS2. There's 3 of them that are kind of like this. Godzilla Unleashed was the third. Destroy All Monsters Melee was the first for the GameCube, Xbox, PS2 era. Kind of a fun little one. And if you're wondering, boy, this is kind of a fun game, I like to take it on the go, well, you're in luck, because we're going to show you sort of this game done on the Game Boy Advance next. Alright, then our second half of our double feature with Big G is going to be a game for the Game Boy Advance, Godzilla Domination. I know, Godzilla for the Game Boy Advance, really? But let's try it out, because if you like the previous kind of tournament fighters that we've seen on the PS2, I think we'll kind of get a load of this, and it's gonna be kind of a fun one. Oops, I hit back here. My bad. We'll go with the story mode. Select a monster. So Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, Megalon, Mothra, and Mechagodzilla. Or you can do random. Or yeah, sure. So I'll show you how this will do. Just a moment of this here, real quick. So here's the story. Your reporter. So it's a 1v1. Can be taken on Mechagodzilla right off the bat. Keep in mind, these are Game Boy Advance games, kind of blown up a bit for television screens. So B button's kind of a tail attack, A button's kind of a punch, shoulder button's jump, and the other shoulder is to duck, dodge. I don't really recall Godzilla kind of crouching in many movies in the past, but so you can chain some together, like jump, kick, attack. Here's jump, punch. Whoop. Okay. Well, at least that one. But you can kind of see it's sort of a little bit more of a 2D version of the game we were just playing. It's going to be kind of fun to play on the go, I think. So if you want to take your Destroy All Monsters Melee and Godzilla Save the Earth, but you wish you could just play them on the go, darn it. Maybe Godzilla Domination can fill that void. Kind of a fun little one, though. I for some reason, I actually do kind of like it. Hit some buildings here. Here, let's reset the game here real quick. I'll show you some of the other stuff you can do in the game, I guess, from Atari. And Way Forward. Good old Way Forward. Fun music with that too, I think. So you have your options here. I'll do that real quick. Timer, difficulty for ally damage, sort of a friendly fire, I guess. Custom mode. Well, versus mode, basically what versus mode is, I skipped over that one. But if you have the link cable, you can link up a couple of different Game Boy games, so you can play with friends. Couch co-op style, if you will. So here we do a team. I'll do play. I'll get this guy going. We'll be on a team with Rodan, Team 1. We'll fight King Ghidorah. And we'll fight some Mothra on Team 2. Choose your stage. Nova, Tokyo. We gotta go to Tokyo. Glacier, Meteor Z, Moonbase, Nova. So here's sort of the Battle Royale mode. And I'll show you this here just for a brief minute. Do like little animations of the cars in the distance. Get some power-ups. Oh, that's an interesting power-up. It got me reversed. So I'm actually holding down the right button. I'm going left. And vice versa. Mothra wrapped me up in her strings. And jump over here. So buildings must have some power-ups in there. Or power-downs. Oh, Mothra, you always were quite the character. See how Rodan's doing. But yeah, I think this is kind of an interesting concept. Like I said, they really took the console versions of those tournament fighters that I showed off, and I think ported it fairly well to the Game Boy Advance. You have to admit, this is kind of not too bad. This is probably what a Godzilla game would have looked like on the Super Nintendo back in the day. So it's kind of fun. Like I said, it's really nothing special. I'm already getting a little bit bored with the game, but yeah, you kind of see what it's like, and I think this is kind of a fun little game to have, especially if you're a huge Godzilla fan, which, as I stated earlier in the video, I've seen a couple movies. I like the character. It's interesting. I am a average fan, but the games sure are kind of fun to play. Something a little different. Here's a building I can pick up and throw and everything, so that will do it for this episode of Game Time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Leave a comment on maybe a Godzilla game that you liked or your favorite Godzilla movie. I've only seen 4 or 5, like I said, so I'm interested in seeing a few more. Kind of interested in your recommendations for that. And yeah, just drop a like, subscribe, and whatever else you'd like. Leave a comment for sure. I do read them all. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.